What's up, guys? We gotta talk PayPal. I'm gonna show you a video of Jesse. He's on X. This guy blew up like the last 3 months. He has over 40,000 followers. I really find his information very valuable. I've been following him. He gives a lot of good information about charts and just everything. So make sure you follow him. You'll see his post, his video in a second. And I think he has his X name on there. But I want to talk about PayPal because PayPal has been going crazy. It is at $65, $66 right now. We've been talking about it when it was at $55, $56, $57. We've been buying it up right under 60, right? And I do think this is going to go much higher. I'm going to show you what Jesse also says and talks about open gaps, and also give you my evaluation on it as well with where I think this could go next and my reasons behind it. All I ask is that you drop a like, subscribe, of course, grab your coffee if you have not had any today. But I think this week is going to be absolutely exciting for PayPal and PayPal's future, to be honest with you. Here's my daughter.
So these gaps getting filled. We have one here all the way up to around 72. Huge chance. We've got one here. If I go to the daily time frame, let me just zoom out here, and I look at this one. Look at this. This gap is technically even larger because
that's awesome. The dude is fired up about the open gaps, and I'm a believer in this also. Most gaps get filled, if not all gaps get filled. I mean, look at Palantir. Palantir, there's an open gap at $14.92, which you want to be aware of, but this is about PayPal. You hear my daughter in the background. This is the life. This is the life every day. So where's PayPal going next? Let's get into that. I made it inside. You're gonna hear my kids screaming. It's crazy hour right now. I got drool on my shirt, but we're gonna get into this, right? PayPal, where is it going next? Why do I think it's going to this area? And a couple of different reasons why. Look, so we've been in a falling wedge pattern. PayPal has been dying, right, for the last year. There was an inverse head and shoulders that was made. You can't see the head because I cut it out for you guys. My apologies. But let's look at a couple things. First, we beat this big block of volume right here. So we were testing this area, and actually I didn't draw it out for you guys, but this was the 236 level on a Fibonacci. So we were testing that for a couple days, and then we finally broke out of it, and obviously we got up to $65. If you follow me on X, you'll know that I said $65 is next, and then $75 is after that, right? So where are we going next? Well, my thing of where I think we're gonna go is about $72, $73. And the reason for that is this yellow arrow right here. Two things you wanna pay close attention to. A lot of volume in that area, okay? No volume on the way up. Close of the open gap. We are in the open gap right now. Actually, we're not quite there. The open gap is from 67 all the way to 72 and some change. So 67 all the way to 72 and some change. Huge open gap. What does Jesse say? Most gaps get filled. What do I say? Almost every gap gets filled. So I do think this gap is going to get filled, right? And PayPal just has a lot of momentum behind them right now. There's a lot of people talking about it. We've obviously been covering it. The other thing I'm looking at is the RSI. You can see right here, the RSI is actually at 65 on a daily time frame. It's getting kind of overbought, but it's not overbought yet. You could see prior that we have a lot of room to go. We can run a lot higher just based off RSI alone. 70 is really kind of a rule of thumb of when we start to get overbought. If you look at a weekly time frame, I'm not going to show you it on here, but I'll just look at it on my side of things. Right now we're at 57 on a weekly, and weeklies can go a lot higher too. So long term, I like PayPal. I like it as a hold. I don't do options. I just buy shares. So I feel confident that this is a safe hold as of right now. Of course, there might be retracements, but at the end of the day, I do think we're going to get up to about $72, $73. And from where we're at right now, that's about, I mean, if we're taking the price as of today, being Sunday, that's about 11% higher from where we're at right now, right? So it's not a lot, but if you have a substantial amount of money, 11%, not bad. If you have $100,000 invested in PayPal, it's about 11 grand that you could potentially make if we get there. Now, this is not financial advice, just my own opinion, of course. Now, if we're gonna talk about open gaps for a minute, let's just talk about PayPal's open gaps. So obviously we just went over 72. That's probably the one that's gonna hit most likely. A lot of volume in that area, open gap, RSI still has room to run. It's looking good to me, right? Of course, you gotta do your own research, do what's best for you. The next open gap though, everyone, is about 85. It's another huge open gap right there, okay? So 85, think about 85 could potentially happen too, especially with the momentum that PayPal has right now. The one after that, I'm kind of looking at it. It looks like there's another opening gap around 93. Okay. And then we have a huge open gap. This might have been an area Jesse was talking about, from 108 all the way down to 105. So over $100, right? So a lot of people play options. They're probably gonna make a ton of money on PayPal just using options. Another open gap is at 117 to 115. So a ton of open gaps. Oh, and then there's a huge one above like 140, 139 all the way to 151. A huge open gap. So you think about the future of PayPal. I'm not saying we're going to get over $100 like this week or in 2 weeks or even maybe a month or so. But long term, new CEO, seems like they're making a lot of changes. The charts look really good right now with the inverse head and shoulders that just happened and the open gaps above us. Could be a solid hold for the long run, just being my own opinion. Now, I'm going to personally be holding them. I will trade just to collect more shares, like I always talk about, trade in and out of Palantir. Obviously, we've been in DNA, a lot of different stocks. Over these last years, we talk about a lot of different companies, Tesla for sure. The goal would be to hit these certain zones, probably 72, maybe 75, maybe sell a little bit depending where we're at on the RSI, overall news, just kind of everything that I look at with indicators. And then buy the dip, collect more shares, because I do think PayPal could hit over $100 one day very soon. But guys, let me know if you got any value. Of course, don't forget to drop a like. Follow me on X. Make sure you follow Jesse. Also, he brings out a ton of value. Definitely a solid person on X to follow to get some good information. Appreciate you for watching. Have a good one.